Aquarians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your yearly reading for 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your yearly reading for 2023. I'm going to get your overarching energy first, and then I'm going to take it month by month to see what is being delivered there. So let's get straight to it. Now, January, of course, will be a pretty slow month, especially at the beginning part of the year, but it does pick up pace around about the 12th of January, and that's because Mars goes direct, okay, and it increases passion, amplifies personal power, and Mercury also goes direct on 18th of January, and that delivers clarity, finding your voice, and together this is a wonderful pairing to start your true calling, shall we say. Now, I do apologize for the lateness of this reading. My neighbors are doing a little bit of DIY, so it's been a little bit noisy, so I've had to try and really work around them. Now, in the water right now, just before I continue, they're actually showing me a hot air balloon. Okay, now hot air balloons, you may be seeing them as a symbol throughout the year, so look out for hot air balloons. They tend to represent, you know, getting something off the ground, perhaps, maybe spiritual ascension, but I just get this sense that it will be a symbol. I mean, some of you may even be listening to this reading and you actually see a hot air balloon as you're listening to this reading, so please take it as it resonates. Okay, now I am aware as well, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I'm aware that this is the second time I've taken, well, a card has popped out for you, and there is one unique card in this deck, and it keeps going to the surface for you. It has not been doing that for every sign, and they were showing me a hot air balloon in the water for you, and I know what this card is. So, I mean, maybe it's coincidence, I don't know, but I will show you this card in a moment. You know, it's different from every other card in this deck. It's meant to be there. Now, the hot air balloon, though, means to, as I said, spiritual ascend or get something off the ground. And this particular card is a hot air balloon. So, as I said, I don't know if it's a coincidence because it's the second time it has arrived at the top of the deck. And I felt like picking it at some point. I was like, not in this reading, I mean like as in the previous readings, I was like, sometime it's going to come out. This card is going to come out, but it hasn't come out at all. Okay, so, but because they were showing me the hot air balloon in the water, and it keeps being at the top of your pile when I've picked a card, or when a card has popped out, shall we say, because I just shuffle the cards and they pop out. I mean, this could be something that's relevant for you. It may be a message. So I'm going to show it to you because it was at the top of the deck launch, and it is a hot air balloon. So yeah, so this could be you launching a new business opportunity, or perhaps I feel like it's connected to good news for you. So whenever you see an image of a hot air balloon, or you know, someone maybe even a logo of a company, these are the images that may mean nothing to you in this moment, but they may mean everything to you in the next year or so. So just watch out for the hot air balloon throughout the year. I mean, some of you may have just planned a vacation and you've factored in a hot air balloon experience. So it can mean something in the physical reality, or it can mean some sort of image that you need to be aware of as well. So yeah, definitely look out for hot air balloons. Now, the overarching energy of the year, the first card you got is the heart. Okay, so this is about following your heart, learning to use experiences to follow the direction of your dreams or your emotions. It says emotional spending, joint finances, being supported, counselor, guide, having a job you love. So this is your primary focus this year, making sure that you're doing things that you absolutely love doing. You're not going to connect or waste your time on anything that has no place in your life, whether you're retired or not. I feel like you're not extending your energy to anything that does not vibe with your heart, okay? Now, some of you may actually set up businesses that you love doing, and you know, you earn second streams of income from that, but I feel this is a year where you will know that you are supported from the universe, most importantly. We also have Tower. Okay, now that looks like the Eiffel Tower, of course, but Tower is like earning power, building a business, a sound decision. The Tower in this deck is really positive. It means you're in a position of stability, corporate job, power, finding power in an unstable situation or position. Okay, so I feel like you are finding that stability. Even though circumstances around you may be a little bit unstable, you will find, you know, an upright position where you are comfortable, stable, and you are actually in a very powerful position. So, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, 2023 collectively is going to be a bit of a bumpy ride. It came up in the Capricorn reading. My guides reminded me that actually this is the year of the Chariot. Okay, now chariots, they can be like a very bumpy energy, but it means there's lots of breakthroughs, there's lots of opportunity for change and lots of opportunity for success. So it depends on what it is that you are connecting to in this year, but this is a year of triumph, okay, and going places. So but there will be many twists and turns. I will tell you about the planetary alignment in a moment, but we've also got the turtle here, making steady progress. Money coming in slowly but surely, so you're building stability. Some of you may be moving for work. I've already connected to this energy of you traveling or maybe even relocating. Everything happens in good time, but it's for the long-term secure energy. So I don't feel like it's going to be like a necessarily extra slow year for you, but I do feel like you're committing yourself to projects that perhaps require your detailed analysis or require your intense focus, and you build upon it. You know, the Tower is also about building. So I feel like something that you're building starts to expand or starts to become very, very successful and put you in a really good position. We've also got Lily, which is also about being very creative this year. It's going to be a year of abundance. And if you feel like your previous experiences were cut short in some way, this year sees you being more successful in a very stabilized way where it continues. The Lily card, of course, is about creativity, but it's also about sensuality. So it's about, you know, this year really connecting to all senses to check in with your intuition, but also, you know, if you're looking for love, this is a prime year where you could find love. You've got the heart there, and you've got the lily, which is about a very deep, passionate connection, someone who's very original. If you're not looking for love and you're already in a relationship, I feel like you're deepening your connection, and some of you may move in with your person or plant roots perhaps somewhere else. You may relocate this year. And if you are single and happy to stay that way, I definitely see you just engaging in your heart, your creativity on a deeper level, and elevating and feeling really a sense of pride and comfort with the things that you're achieving. And finally, we got the tree there, so there's a lot of expansion. Again, trees represent stability and planting roots. So I definitely get this sense that even if there's difficult circumstances going on around you, I feel like you're protected, you're redirected, and you're safe, secure. The tree also, you know, I mean, it's number 5 there, as you can see. Number 5 tends to be a number of challenge. Excuse me, but it's also the Hierophant energy, so it's learning. Trees are all about knowledge as well, so I feel like you will learn as you go in circumstances. And of course, we got number 7 there at the bottom, which represents that Chariot energy. So you will overcome any difficulties with style, and you will move on and accomplish great things this year. I definitely get a sense of you making major breakthroughs. And the tree also connects to the health. So a lot of you will be flourishing in your health. You know, we do have Saturn moving into Pisces this year, so it does mean, you know, it was in your sign, so it's moving out of your sign, my beautiful Aquarians. So if you've been going through any health problems or issues, I feel like you feel a little bit more energized this year, and a little bit more in control of any health issues, and you're on a healing path, shall we say. Also, some of you may be compelled to think about your ancestry this year, because trees represent history, so you're definitely learning from the past, but I feel this is a year to really honor. I mean, every year should be a year to honor the ancestors, but I really feel that you will feel their presence this year as they guide you, because this 2023 is not a typical year. Okay, I mean, as you know, we've all been experiencing very interesting changes in terms of humanity for the last 3 years, shall we say. Yeah, because we're in 2023 now, so 2020, 2021, and 2022, you know, have been radical changes. So I feel you will notice that your ancestors are around and helping you through any difficult experiences. Now let's see, as we go from month to month, I talked about major planetary developments this year. We have 5 planets shifting signs, and when that happens, it tends to cause radical changes, U-turns, and directional compass alteration, shall we say. So Saturn and Pluto are the biggest changes this year. Now Saturn rules obstructions, rules, regulations, can also connect to things like to stop something, to disrupt the natural order of things, or cancel things. And just to give you an idea of its power, Saturn moved into your sign, my beautiful Aquarians, in 2020. You know, it changes signs every 2 to 3 years, and it actually moved into Aquarius April 2020, and we all know what happened in that period. Okay, so Aquarius rules the signs of humanity, social interactions, independent thinking, and the norm, the typical norm and communication, things like that. And it all got disrupted. Everything got disrupted because Saturn moved on in. But now, 7th of March, it moves into Pisces, and that is more connected to health. So you will see a lot of you know, healthcare systems being rejuvenated or restructured, better regulations in that department as well. We will see us all being a little bit stricter with our diets, exercise routines, because you know, Saturn moving into Pisces connects to the immune system, so it may bring affect the immune system with a bit more seasonal colds, for example, and you may want to up your vitamins. But because Saturn is a sign of being strict, I feel like you will be thinking more of your sleeping patterns, exercise routines, eating habits, and just general practices to make sure that you're in better health. So I feel like that is something you'll be strict about, which is very, very beneficial. Also, this time period lends itself to eradicating any bad habits. So it is a positive force, Saturn. Sometimes it's about being strict and eradicating those negative traits within ourselves. So if you're someone who, you know, if for example, you're deciding to, you know, I don't know, buy a bar of chocolate, for example, you may have like 1 or 2 cubes and save the rest for another day. So you may not completely cut out things that you like, but you may be a little bit stricter with yourself in order to have moderation. And also, this is a time where you get better karma. Okay, karma is delivered when we have Pisces in the mix. So whether you've been good, bad, or indifferent, expect karma to be delivered to your door. Also, to those people who have done anything negative towards you, should expect karma to be delivered this year as well. And this is a year where we connect to better mental health care practices. So managing stress levels, and you know, really putting ourselves first above everything else, trying to take the pressure off, still trying to accomplish things, but trying to find an easier way so that we eradicate fear, we eradicate anxiety. And I know these things cannot be eradicated, but I feel like it's more about focusing on those areas in order to find more peace of mind. And ask ourselves things like, okay, this thing that I'm worrying about, will it matter in 5 years' time? If the answer is no, then what are you worrying about? Just let it go. It'll be as it shall be. Now, Jupiter changes signs every year, planet of good luck, expansion, and opportunity. And we do have Uranus going direct at the end of January, and that brings major restructure, shocks, changes. But because Jupiter is direct until May, it will soften the blow, and some of these changes and shocks, and you know, even Saturn, you know, it will influence in a positive way. So there could be innovation and opportunity available in these surprises. Pluto is the big one though. It moves into your sign, my beautiful Aquarians. And it's a big deal because it changes signs every 10, 15, 20 years, depending on where the placements are in the sky. Anything hidden comes to light. Okay, anything deeply embedded comes to light. This could be something that has been held from the collective for decades. Could be governmental documents, secrets, leaked, things like that. It's going to be a very interesting year for that, that's for sure, because Pluto will expose the hidden. It can be stuff that happened a couple of years ago. Everything comes to light. Everything starts to work its way to the surface. Now, in terms of your personal relationship with Pluto moving into your sign, it can mean that you do a lot of purging and a lot of healing, and everything sort of comes to light and allows you to release it. There's no skeletons, as you say, in your closet, emotionally or spiritually. So it sets you free from anything that has been trying to have power over you in the past. Also, you'll see major improvements on any lingering issues or any persistent problems that you've had in your life. So if you've had a repetitive cycle that's been negative, or you feel that things have not been working in your favor, Pluto will actually steamroll over that and make major improvements so that you can find your way to overcome these things and release them. Now, your first card here is the Hierophant. Now, if you've got Capricorn placements, they also had the Hierophant for this month, so there may be something in that reading for you. But this card is all about knowledge, using your inner knowledge in order to make necessary steps on where you want to go. I feel like you're embracing 2023 with some positivity, some hope, some faith, but I feel also you're questioning what's different about this year. What's going to be so different? How can I approach this year in a different way in order to affect my future? The Hierophant is a card of some of you approaching the year with a more spiritual mindset. So it's more about spiritual wealth, connecting to things that really make your heart sing, make your soul feel at home, rather than trying to push yourself out of all these, how can I put it? Rather than push yourself to accomplish things that you feel are not vibing with your morals. And I don't think you would ever do that anyway. But you know, for example, and I'm going to give you an example. Say, for example, you're working in a high stress environment in an office and they expect you to do the impossible when it comes to certain time constraints. I feel this year you're like, you know what, that's just too much. I'm just putting too much pressure on. I feel like you're still accomplishing things, but I feel you're looking at these situations like, okay, do they really vibe with what I want now? What do I want? Because I feel like your true calling is coming into play this year, where you're really looking at your path. And I feel like you're eradicating anything that is trying to force you to do anything that you feel is not heading in the direction that you feel like you're heading in, okay? Also with the Hierophant there, I feel a lot of you are connecting to source or the religion that you celebrate. You're having a lot more faith, but you are asking questions, because I see a lot of question marks over this card. So some of you may even be questioning your faith or rediscovering your faith and having major questions answered. I feel like there's lots of revelations here for you in this month as well. Some of you may decide to something that you're doing, some of you may decide to teach others what you're doing, or you may find that you're stepping into a mentorship role in some way. There may be someone who asks for advice during this month. But I feel like you're looking at this year at what are the crumbling institutions around you that no longer have a path or a connection to you in this 2023. I feel like you are outdated systems, anything that's just, you know, outgrown friendships. I feel like you're leaving it all behind. Let me just pull a card and go deeper with the Hierophant for you. Thank you so much. Some of you may be setting up spiritual practices. I mean, as I said, you're leaving it all behind. You've got the Eight of Cups. So Eight of Cups indicates you're on a real journey of discovery this year, and you're restarting things from a point of freedom, from a point where no one or nothing has control over you. Some of you may even be in a major transition period where you're asking for questions and asking for direction in some way, because the next month, February, is like finding direction and having a lot of options open to you. I mean, I feel the first part of the year is all about your options, and then you're making major changes that see you in a very powerful position, and there's a lot of success, abundance, and reward. There's windows of opportunity for you to grasp onto this year. But the Eight of Cups indicates if it does not vibe with your frequency, you are ignoring it and you're moving forward. This is also a card of, you know, travel or venturing forward. I mean, they're also showing me, they want me to let you know that butterflies are going to be a major signifier for you throughout the year. So watch out. It doesn't matter what month we're in. You're going to see lots of butterflies when there is good news available to you, but I feel they're trying to indicate that this year is a transitional year of major transformation, major change, okay? And the Eight of Cups is you, if you've been unsatisfied or unfulfilled in some area of your life, you are searching for direction, searching for purpose, almost asking the bigger questions like, what's it all about, okay? Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? Eight of Pentacles. January will always, will also, it's a double 8 there, so you're getting major numerical synchronicity. So there are changes. Now this may be in the way that you work or the way that you focus on things. The Eight of Pentacles tends to mean that you are focusing on personal development. 8 is the number of self. So you are putting yourself first. And again, there was another butterfly, okay? And there's lots of butterflies there as well. So I really get this sense that some of you may be repairing yourself, healing yourself from something. But Eight of Pentacles, I feel like you are work focused, work oriented, and also I feel like you are financially aware, very financially aware this year. This is about your commitment to yourself, your dedication to being the best at what you do, being the master or mistress of your craft. Eight of Pentacles is also a card of savings. So I feel a lot of you are committing yourself to not overspending. You're definitely being a little bit tighter with your purse strings, and I think some of you are definitely thinking about your financial future. Investing in savings will pay off later on, okay? So I feel if it doesn't vibe with you, you're not really spending on it and you're not connecting to it. Also, I get this sense that some of you, if you've been working in like a repetitive cycle, if you feel like your schedule has been like routine, or you feel a little bit bored about what you're doing, I feel like some of you may actually find a better way or a more exciting way to work. Okay, I'm just going to go one more on that. Can you show me the Eight of Pentacles? Just want to clarify that. Thank you. We have Temperance card, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so some of you may look at other arenas to work in where you feel seen, where you feel appreciated, where you feel there is nourishment, there is growth, because we have a Page of Pentacles here. So if you are in the working environment, I definitely see some of you perhaps either setting up a spiritual business or setting up a business where you'll help other people, you know, counseling, psychology, or it doesn't have to be that, but I get this sense of, you know, a work environment that has a richness to it that really feeds your soul is what I'm seeing. And Page of Pentacles can be job news or financial news that comes in this month, because pages bring news, and I really feel that this is about your commitment to prosperity, and actually seeing, some of you may actually get a little bit of a reward or some sort of bonus in the month of January that perhaps was not available to you last year. I mean, some of you may even make like Employee of the Month or something like that. I really get this sense of an award or something coming through there for you for January, or some sort of good news headed your way that shows growth and potential. The Temperance card is like slow and easy does it in January. You're easing yourself into the year, but you're blending, you're mixing, you're having lots of different ideas. And this is a card of integration where all these ingredients are coming in together to make something really special. It's a position of transition is what they're giving me in order to find a more peaceful way to do things. Okay, they just gave me the words flights of fancy. Excuse me. Flights of fancy. So I don't know, I mean, I know what it means. It means to have like sudden visions of, you know, grandeur or moments of reaching for the stars. Well, you can accomplish those. Whatever you think in the mind, you can have in the hand. I want you to be aware of that. Thoughts become things. It's so important for you to realize that. But flights of fancy, I mean, it could be someone out there is thinking about launching a business and they're calling it flights of fancy, or you've got one, or perhaps you see something that's called flights of fancy. I mean, some of you may fly, I mean, flights of fancy. Flights, maybe you're booking a flight. So I don't know how to really decode that sentence that they're giving me, but I feel like there is, it's meant there for somebody out there. So I mean, you could even see a quote that says flights of fancy, and they're attaching good news to it. The moon card indicates uncertain circumstances or the hidden coming to light. Being honest with yourself about your direction, using your intuition to guide you to where you need to be in order to accomplish whatever it is you set out on. For some of you, especially if you're retired, I definitely seeing you, you know, having a thirst for knowledge in this month, really connecting to really good books or books about spirituality or deepening your path in some way. I feel like this year is all about your true calling or asking the bigger questions like your reason for being and seeing where it guides you. I do see a hidden opportunity coming your way in the month of January, and I feel like you're cleverly putting yourself in a position of power, of stability, even in uncertain circumstances. The fox represents strategy and being clever, having a lot of intellect, and, you know, strategically placing yourself at a very, you know, stable position. It's literally sitting on the wall. So I feel the moon represents uncertainty, but can also represent, you know, I'm going to pull a card on it because I get this sense of 2023 will be uncertain. There's going to be a lot of twists and turns, but I feel like you're setting yourself up for putting yourself in a good position. Knight of Swords, lifestyle changes, major changes that you're making will actually see you in a really good position. Also, the Knight of Swords, I see people finding their voice and having a real quest in the month of January. And the quest in January is like you want to see 2023 be different, be maybe you want it to go a little bit faster, maybe, but it will be slow and steady. I feel it's not going to be like that throughout the whole of the month, but I feel with this Knight of Swords, I feel like you want to broaden your horizons. You want things to be different. You want to experience new things. And I feel you're going to have some sort of sudden communication or some sort of sudden information that pops up in the month of January that is integral to your path, and it really helps you. Okay, so I feel January is a pinnacle month for you to start the year on with a lot of knowledge. Some of you may actually put yourself in a course of learning. Page of Pentacles that came out there for you is to be very studious, to you know, study. So some of you may put yourself either on a course on the internet, or you may actually have one with other people. It's a course of learning. It could be higher learning, but it could also be a skill or a talent that you've got that you want to develop and hone deeper. It could also be that you want to learn a new talent that you can apply to your work so that you can boss up and bring more money. Some of you may even set up a second stream of income in the first part of the year if you haven't already, because I feel this sense of, you know, trying to find alternative streams of income to make sure you're financially very, very stable. And I feel like there's a talent, could be even a hidden talent that you've not really explored, a talent that you've got that you've been thinking about, but you haven't explored it on a deeper level, where you could set it up, maybe a platform on YouTube or a social media platform, or maybe a blog, or what do you call those? A vlog or something like that, maybe a podcast. I just get this sense of you using your voice, your authentic voice, and finding your soul tribe, and, you know, it being a lucrative business deal as well. Now, I get also that some of you may be offered a new job, so something to look out for in the month of January. As we move into February, the Judgment card is all about your true calling and making some major decisions. So I feel like you have major revelations in the month of February about your true prosperity path. This is a card where you need to pay attention to your inner wisdom and to what your guides are trying to give you. There's a fork in the road, shall we say, where you have to make a decision to take a left or a right. And I feel like you're checking in with your path so far. So it may be a month where there's a lot of self-evaluation that goes on. Also, you could see the return of an ex in this month. I don't really want to... That energy is coming through, but I don't really want my readings to be about that for the year. So it's popping up briefly, so I'll mention it. But I do get a sense here where some of you may return to the workforce if you've been out raising a family, or some of you, if you've been on maternity leave. Some of you may even return to a hobby or a work sector that you used to enjoy, okay, because you feel it's your true calling. You may have tried a couple of things and you find your niche. That's what I'm feeling there. Magician card. Strong manifestation month. The Magician card indicates that thoughts are becoming things. The Fool card, major new starts. 2 major arcanas there, so this is a big month for you. I'm channeling from a full deck, the King of Swords. Something you're thinking about, you're strategizing. Now this is also important to remember, you know, this is literally thoughts become things and opens you up to new adventures, okay? So I feel this is something that February will bring for you. Magician card indicates whatever you are manifesting, you have all the skills needed to make it happen. The Magician card is a card that indicates you have a lot of talent, you have a lot of skills, you are a gifted human, and that you are capable of great magic. You are the master creator, okay? So I do feel like there's a certain amount of alchemy in the month of February to make things happen. I would write a list of the things that you want to accomplish, then really focus on that list because you're in strong manifestation mode, especially in February. The Fool card indicates taking a leap of faith in another direction. So some of you may actually have a career change or a change of direction in this month, but it is because you feel you're on your true prosperity path. You're not connecting to anything this year that does not resonate with your soul, okay? Also, this card indicates there is new adventure opening up to you. For those of you who are retired, some of you may think about opening yourself up to a new hobby or a new group of people where you actually go on adventures with these people. I see travel with these people. The Fool card also indicates some of you may just be starting to open yourself up to retirement and you're in a new phase of life where you are restructuring your schedule. So I feel now it's like whatever you're thinking about you can really obtain, but I feel also you're going to be very strict with your finances. I feel with the Fool card, this is about you either launching something or opening yourself up to all the possibilities that the universe has to offer for you. So I feel launching a new business or even relocating during this month, going on, I mean, I just get this sense of adventure from this card. But I feel like it's strategizing. So it's like, I feel like it's look before you leap. So for example, if you're thinking about buying a new home or relocating to a new environment in some way, I feel doing your due diligence, investigating things further is important. So the King of Swords is like, think before you act. This is a card of judgment. I mean, this is literally a judgment card as well. So this is a very in your head kind of month where you're making major decisions that will affect your future. Also, I feel everything becomes clear. You get really organized in this month. Very productive, but organized. If you don't tend to be a person who is normally organized, you're going to surprise yourself in the month of February. Very analytical. I feel like you're being honest with yourself, clear about what you want, and thoughts are becoming things. I also see a lot of you connecting to paperwork in this month, I feel that you're really focused on your work if you are in a career, and I feel like there is a potential to manifest a better deal or negotiate a better deal at your work environment. Some of you may step into a leadership position in this month or be offered a leadership experience where you take the initiative and manage other people. Excuse me, but they're indicating finding your voice, just as I lose mine, because they're highlighting the voice is important. This is about your authentic voice. Some of you who are retired, for example, may also decide to write a book or a memoir of your experiences. It says a cathartic experience, but you could turn it into something that you publish and or something creative. It doesn't have to be a book, but it could be you finding your unique voice through art or through mentorship programs. Some of you may want to, enter into an environment where, although you're retired, you may take consulting work where you just pop in every so often. But I feel like you're using your unique voice to help others in some way in that month as well. As we move into March, we've got the Temperance card, and that is about blending all these ingredients that you've been thinking about to make things happen, okay? This is a card of patience, of course, finding balance. But when you get the Temperance card, this is about avoiding excess, overspending, overeating, and a lot of you will have made resolutions at the beginning of the year that you want to stick to. I get this sense that some of you are checking in with those resolutions that you made, like exercise routines, better eating habits, sleeping patterns, things like that. And I feel like you're just rebalancing things. I feel like you're turning life into a lesson spiritually. That's an interesting energy to come from that card. So let me just see what the Temperance holds for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know regarding the month of March? Now, Four Swords. It's a time to reflect. It's a time to recharge your batteries. I mean, from January into February, of course, that is your birthday month. So I feel during that period, you are asking really big philosophical questions. And I feel like there may be, you know, a lot of going out, a lot of invitations, a lot of options on the table for you, where, you know, as you hit a milestone in terms of age, I feel like you're asking, what is your true north? Are you doing what you really want? And then it's almost like, as you move into March, it's like now you need to recalibrate, have some downtime, recharge your batteries so that you can get making these changes and make them occur, shall we say. So we've got healing here with the star energy. We've also got the Four of Swords, which is meditation. Okay, so taking a pause to reevaluate, taking some time out to meditate on the things that you've been thinking about. But also, I feel like a wish is delivered in this month for you. The Four of Swords, you know, getting comfortable with the uncertain, because as you can see, she's literally sleeping on the moon. And she could fall off, but she knows that her guides have got her back. All those feathers are appearing to let her know that she's protected. Four of Swords is a card of protection, especially during uncertain times or emotionally fraught times. But I feel like it's like, so that you don't have a period of analysis paralysis with doing a lot of overthinking about your path, I feel like you're taking a pause to reflect. Some of you may even go on a trip, a spiritual trip round about this month, where you, it's not, I don't feel like you take a vow of silence, but I feel like you're with your thoughts. Okay, this is a card of meditation. And also when you get this card, it's like, when you take a moment to take stock of things, it's like things are better than it seems. So I just get this sense that as you move throughout March, you're going to realize things only start to get better, better than they were. The star, as I said, it's like stars are aligning for you to get clarity. I feel like you're checking in. There's like a new version of yourself. You're powering up to make the changes necessary. So if you've decided to relocate or you've decided to make some sort of job or educational shifts in your life, I get this sense of you moving forward and them being very healthy for you. Okay, star energy, I also see a better future to come is what I'm seeing from this, but I feel something you've been thinking about is delivered, and financially it is quite lucrative, whatever this is. Ten of Pentacles is you know, wealth, inheritance, leaving a legacy. As I said, some of you will be thinking about your family tree or your lineage this year, and I feel like you may think about the legacy that your ancestors left you and how you move on or hold the baton from them, take that baton from them and move on. I feel like you are increasing wealth. This is generational wealth that you're creating as well. So Ten of Pentacles, this is a month of attracting a lot of money. So I feel like it's as I said, it's kind of like a slow moving energy, but it's a very stable moving energy. So Ten of Pentacles, if for example you get a bonus at the beginning of the year, or you get news on one, it may be actually deposited into your account by March. Some of you may even buy a home in the month of March as well, or find one that you want to live in that you see would be your forever home, and then you may you know, make an offer on it in this month, because I see real estate in this month for you. Okay, now I do feel like there will be fluctuations economically throughout the year. You don't need me to tell you that. That's an obvious thing that you can all see, but I do feel like there may be some sort of fluctuation around about March, April time, where we think, oh, it looks a little bit brighter than we thought, and then I do feel like it shifts again and it goes up, and you know, so just watch out for that. A lot of you will be focusing on the home space. Okay, if some of you are due to get a procedure in that month, I definitely see healing happening, you taking some rest and spending time from home. Some of you may even work from home in this month as well, or set up a second stream of income where you can work from home, because I get a sense of, you know, the dream job would be work from home and earn money. That's that's something that I'm sensing from this month as well, okay? Now, there may be some of you who've already committed to a person. If you're in a relationship, you may have scheduled to get married in this month. It will be a very beautiful wedding, is what I'm seeing there. But if you're looking for love, April is your month, okay? If some of you, well, because I feel some of you will hear from a past person, an ex, in the month of February, okay, wanting to reconcile. If you want to heal that with that person, then you can, okay, but I definitely get this sense that you will heal the relationship that you had with that person in order to move forward yourself alone. And you will find a long-term commitment that is more suited to you, who is more emotionally available to you as well as you move into March. Now, what I'm sensing is that there is a potential for you to meet a person, a new person, in each of those months. But I feel high-level commitment isn't really thought about until April. So even if you meet someone in the month of January, I feel like it becomes a relationship in April. So this is the energy that I'm picking up here. April is the law of attraction month for you, because the Lovers card at grassroots, it means choices and it means the law of attraction. So whatever is based in your heart that you can feel, you are vibing at a certain frequency and you're attracting it towards you. But I feel April is a major month of choice and change. In terms of love, the Lovers is about finding a soulmate. Okay, I feel there's real potential for you to have a soulmate this year if you're looking for one. And if you're already with your soulmate, I definitely see you and your person making some major lifestyle changes. May even be a move on the cards for you, or this is something that you're working towards, but it may come sooner than you think, is what I'm seeing, okay? Now the World card, clarifying the Lovers card, the World card is achievement of a goal or attracting a positive outcome from a circumstance. 9 of Cups, wish fulfilled, okay? So they're just showing me that it's a very positive month for you, where something that you've been trying to manifest is rewarded to you. You keep getting the same cards, which is about keep it fresh, keep it fun, and, you know, believe that the unexpected can be delivered to you. There are miracles available, and I know miracles sound so wishy-washy and woo-woo, but I feel there's going to be a lot of opportunity where things just work out in your favor and surprise you. The World card can be a completion of a goal, okay, or an opportunity. This is a card of you being in the right place at the right time to meet the right person as well, or the right opportunity. So if you are looking for soulmates, I feel April is a very poignant month, but I feel you could meet them at the beginning of the year, and as I said, solidifies in this month as well. The World card is a card of you exploring new lands. Some of you may go traveling, especially if you're retired. You may decide to book yourself on some sort of world tour, or maybe a cruise or something like that, or I get a sense of you wanting to discover the world more, and you may even book travel in that month, because the World card can be about travel. I definitely see some of you thinking of emigrating or finding opportunities abroad for you to resonate with. I feel like the world is pretty much your oyster with this card. Now, I feel this card, you're shifting your perspective as well, where you're aligning yourself. You're aligning yourself with opportunity. So I feel like you've got a strategy in this month. It's like, okay, I can only describe it like this because I can't quite pin the feeling that they're giving me through the water, because I'm scrying at the same time as doing a reading. And I'll always be honest and say I can't quite grasp what it is they're trying to give me. Okay, so I can only describe it like this. It's like, you know what you have. This is like the world that perhaps you have that exists for you right now, but you know what you want, and it's bigger, better. It's like this energy of, the only way I could describe it in Capricorn reading earlier was go big or go home. And I feel like you're going big. So I feel like you're making major restructures in your life. I mean, something, when you got the World card, it's like you're entering a new phase of adventure, because we've got the Fool card here. Something is ending for you and something is beginning. So whether this is the universe redirecting you this year towards things that are more in line with your true nature, your true soul path, or whether this is you deciding to restructure and revamp the way that this year is going to go for you. Because I feel like you are in control of these changes. The Fool card indicates the beginning of something, a new adventure, more fun times. So I definitely see that April will be a very fun month for you, where you embrace your inner child, and there may be some sort of childhood dream or opportunity that you wanted to accomplish when you were younger. You may even fulfill that in the month of April. So for example, and I'm just throwing this frivolously out there, if there's like a famous person you always wanted to meet, you may meet that person or bump into that person, or there may be an event where they're at that place. Or if you always wanted to, I don't know, learn how to skateboard, you know, suddenly, you know, you could have someone say, hey, do you want to try out my skateboard? Well, I'm just trying to give you an example. But the Fool card is a card of embracing that childlike spirit, that anything is possible and it shall be so. Okay. Also, I get this this energy of you not really knowing what's coming. Okay, like I feel like you're tying up loose ends on a project or completing something, and then you're like, okay, what's next? Let's open ourselves up to something that's never been done before. So you've got a lot of doors closing and other doors opening for you this year. A lot of chapters closing, negative chapters in particular, and opening up new positive ones. Whatever it is, the Nine of Cups indicates a wish is fulfilled, or something that you've been desiring to accomplish brings success. The good life. This is a feeling of fulfillment, well-being. I don't know if you noticed there, the candle just, you know, flickered. The candle is all about the light, the warmth, and, you know, honest truth. So I feel like something that you've been honest with yourself, that, you know what, I really want this, and it will be a positive force in my life. I feel like it shows up for you. Okay. I can't get past anything apart from well-being and feeling proud of yourself that you accomplished whatever this is. Now, for some of you, it may be that you are, you know, you've launched yourself into a course of learning and you accomplished a certificate. Some of you may have, for many years, done an MA or a PhD or something, and it comes to an end. And I feel like now you're opening yourself up to all the opportunities that are available to you, and you get a certificate and status, because I definitely see status, especially towards the end of the year. I see a lot of personal power coming to the fore and status for you. As we move into the month of May even, May, we have the Tower. Okay, now remember, the Tower doesn't always represent something negative. It can represent personal power, being in a stable position despite uncertain circumstances around you. I always say that the Tower is like a prison. You go round and round in circles on something, and you feel stuck, or you feel find it difficult to get out of a repetitive cycle or habit. Well, the Tower comes to release the energy. The Tower appears after the Devil card in the major arcanas. So the Devil card is to remain attached or connected or bonded to something that perhaps is negative and or boring, or but the Tower is like release, restructure, launch anew, rebuild in a better fashion. So this could be a surprise as well, and not all surprises are negative. So let's pull a card on the Tower for you. Now, it can mean there's a shock in store. So I will pull a card and see if something surprises you in the month of May. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Whenever the Tower, no, again, they're saying 4 Pentacles, you are secure in any difficult circumstances or any crash or any, like, you're putting yourself, you've secured your position. So they are showing me it is a position of security for you. It could be that there is some sort of world event that leads to a fluctuation economically. I mean, I know we're all expecting that in some way, shape or form. We can see already that there are major shifts around the economic system. But they're showing me that you are, it's almost like intuitively you've put yourself in a really good position. I mean, you've got the King of Pentacles here as well. We got 6 of Swords, you're protected, redirected. Now, it can mean that this is a month where you will be tested, though, okay? I mean, life is full of ups and downs. We've just got to take it on the chin, right? We got to ride that wave, and it's about how you ride the wave. That's what life is. And I do feel, I mean, you got 2 Kings of Pentacles here. So financially, I feel you're untouched. I feel financially you've been very clever. This is all about business. I feel like, I mean, you got the the Knight of Swords. Whatever changes you made, remember I said you were making some changes, lifestyle changes, they put you in a really good position. I mean, those lifestyle changes could even be that you cut out something that is negative for you. Like, I don't know. I don't really want to say anything because so many people are like, I do that and that's, you know, like, we all know that smoking isn't the greatest, right? But I'm not going to judge you because you do it. That's your thing. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do, you want to do. But you may decide to, like, okay, you're going to not spend so much on it, or you're going to cut it out for a couple of months and you save so much money on it, for example. And financially, there's a little bit more money in your pocket. So I definitely feel like whatever restructures you're making financially, you put yourself in a really good position. Now, the Tower can also mean that suddenly you decide to relocate. If you found a home that you like, because I get the sense that if you're looking to move, you may find a property that really vibes with you, and you may suddenly decide that this is the one, okay? Because there's real estate, I was getting real estate vibes earlier in the year for you, and then as you can see, there's a home space. It's like locking down a deal, and Six of Swords is like moving. You're being redirected to something that is more peaceful, really investigating and exploring new lands, but you're being guided to do so. So you're in a really secure position. Some of you, now, if you're traveling this month in May, I definitely see some sort of delay there for you. Okay, I see that you'll still go on the journey, but I see it could be frustrating. Okay, so just watch out for that. There may be a bit of a delay or some sort of restriction. So just watch out for that, but you'll still go. Okay, I feel like you will be financially compensated for the delay. That probably tells you it's about 6 hours or more regarding the delay. So that's what I feel you'll be compensated for it. The Knight of Swords, again, you know, moving fast energy, major changes. This is a card of having the courage and being brave enough to, I mean, this figure is literally riding a feather. So it's like riding the wave. So I feel like you are eradicating anything that has the potential to make you unhappy, because that figure is literally painting out the clouds, which has the potential to really cover the sun, right? So I feel you weather a storm. It could be that you're tested. There's some sort of test here, because the Six of Swords indicates you passed that test with flying colors. Okay, and the Eight of Wands indicates it's good news for you. Again, we've got an umbrella there, which represents protection. So I don't know how many cards they can give you in this month regarding the Tower to indicate that you are protected, you're directed to another situation, and you're being guided. As I said, your ancestors are going to show you that they're with you all along the way. And I feel feathers and butterflies are going to be important. They're going to be very relevant. Eight of Wands, this is a month of really good news, okay? Things picking up pace. I feel like be ready for the speed in this month. I do feel like it's a very productive month. I feel like you will be very busy, very ambitious month, a lot of success coming on in. Financial reward, I definitely see stepping into leadership positions or solidifying leadership positions in this month, and using your intelligence to claim more success. I mean, there's double kings in this deck as well as double emperors, male or female, not a gender specific reading. It's about the energy. You can take the cards out, but my guides asked me to leave them in because I feel that, you know, there's spiritual wealth and financial wealth available to you, because as you can see, this figure has got that sort of idea in their mind. So I feel like this is about you know, what's in your mind and that spiritual calling. You know, the crown chakra is to know. So I feel like it's about your connection to source, spiritual wealth, as well as financial wealth. And I feel like there's a lot of respect here as well. So if you're stepping into a leadership position, I see, you know, people really respecting your position. Seems odd that I get this message, but I also see that some of you may get a company car in this month, or some sort of acknowledgement of people appreciating the skills that you have. Also, this is a month where you turn a little into a lot, is what they're showing me, okay? Using your intuition. And there's some sort of good news, again, that comes and may surprise you, actually. It's almost like you're expecting the worst, but you're getting the best, okay? I feel like this is a rite of passage month, where I keep getting this sense that you're being tested. So let me see what that is. I mean, because you've got two kings there, it could be that two people in a position or in a position to be benevolent and help you in some way. How would you like to receive the Sun in reverse? You're not expecting this thing, okay? So the Sun in the reverse can mean that there's a real potential to... We got the Eight of Swords. Yeah. It's like you're expecting the worst, but you're getting the best. That's all I can say, really. The Sun is like a sense of anxiety or feeling even lack of motivation or drive, or, you know, not being aware of the changes. So it could be like a global restructure or something major that comes into play. Eight of Swords is like feeling a little bit nervous or anxious about it. Maybe not seeing that actually you're in a really good position. The Empress is in the upright. That tells me that, you know, everything you've been working on or working towards will be flourishing, and you're focusing on yourself. And it's a month for good health as well with the Empress card. This is about you honoring your self-care time. And I feel like it's a month of abundance. The Empress card is all about abundance, but it's also about protection, protecting what you've already earned. And it's about manifesting, creating. It's like inviting you to reconnect to the natural world around you and nourish all that you have created. As you move into June, the High Priestess is a strong reflection month. I do see some of you connecting to your spiritual gifts and developing them even deeper this year. Some of you have very psychic flashes, shall we say. You just know things. Sometimes you don't even know why you know. But this year you may discover why it is you know. You may find that you actually have a real gift in that area and you may want to hone it. The High Priestess is a card that has deep spiritual gifts, deep spiritual knowledge. So I definitely get this sense of you connecting on a higher level to source. With the High Priestess also, there may be something that you're working on that you're keeping to yourself, because they're giving me the word discretion. Discretion, okay? Okay, so they're showing me gold bar, a gold bar in the water right now. So this can mean that you are worth your weight in gold. It could also mean that there's long-term wealth here, or, I mean, as you can see, we've got ripple effect there. So it really is about the thoughts becoming things this year for you. Gold bar is something that's solid. Now, I don't know anything about economics or financial investments and things like that, so I would be the last person to ask about this, but I feel some of you may be thinking about your financial investments, and maybe a gold bar is something that you're looking at. I don't really know, but they're just, I feel intuition is the key for you in this month in particular, and your inner knowledge. Let me see what else I'm getting from this. Spiritual practices is what they're giving me. Yeah, so meditation is going to be relevant for you throughout the year. Also, I feel like there's this energy of mystery around you. And I'm going to pull a card on it because I feel a secret is exposed this month. Now, I just want to make sure it's not your, well, let's see if it is your secret or someone else's. But thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide Two of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, now the Ten of Swords is like a little bit of tension, overthinking. So it's a strong reflection month there. Ten of Swords is like you learning to manage your stress levels. Okay, so as I said, the month before will probably be a little bit like busy, and there's a lot of things going on. So you have time for reflection in the following month, in June. And the Ten of Swords indicates, you know, a little bit of stress or tension. Now it could be that something is ending, or you're deciding whether something should end in this month, because the Two of Swords is like conflict, having to make a decision, trying to find a balanced answer, or like something set stalemate. I mean, for some of you, now this is not for all of you. I want you to be aware of that. There may be, at the beginning of the year, you start off in a position and you may leave that position mid-year to get something more lucrative. Okay, so that's not going to resonate for everyone, but I get a sense of you thinking, should you move on to a new opportunity, or you're curious about a new opportunity. And I feel like you hear on the grapevine about this new opportunity. And I feel, well, let's go one more. I just want to solidify whether you take it or not. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? Yep, you're going for it. Knight of Wands. You're being bold. You want a new adventure. This is something that's creative, something that is daring, something that's a little bit more exciting. Okay, and it could be a new project that really excites you. It starts you off, it starts your brain synapses going alive, and it's like new visions. So I really feel like you go for it, but you may have a moment to think about it, okay, which brings a little bit of analysis paralysis into play, where you're like, oh, I don't know which one to do. Do I sit with security, or do I sit with like something that's a little bit more freelance, or a little bit more adventurous, or a little bit more risque? But I feel financially it's more lucrative, shall we say. Now, for those of you who are retired, I really get this sense that you're really checking in this month with your true purpose or calling, and you may feel a little bit unfulfilled. Okay, I feel this sense of like, how do I make things a little bit more exciting? How do I feel like some of you may be picking up, it's like you're learning and you're making a decision between staying somewhere or opening your horizons up to new energy and new people. So there may be kind of like a month where you do something really daring, okay, and go for it, you know, because I feel like it's going to be something exciting. It's really going to be a memorable experience, and you may, like, for example, I don't know, say for example you've always wanted to parachute. You may be like, oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I shouldn't, you know, I've always wanted to do it, but maybe I shouldn't. What if I, you know, and I feel actually then you do it and it's a wonderful experience and you really love it, okay? So as we move into the month of July, we've got the Death card. Now the Death card is all change. It's about closing chapters. So this is a real month for you to open yourself up to new energy. New doors are definitely sort of flinging open in this month for you when it comes to opportunity. But I feel this is about you, it's almost like you deadheading your circumstances. You know when you need to prune a bush and you need to deadhead the roses in order to bring in more growth? I definitely see this as a month of change for you in the most positive of ways. There may be some quick changes as well. But I feel like there's a sense of maturity in this month where you see that you've evolved. You've made some really good decisions throughout the year and you feel like it's almost like you're powering up. So let me just check out that Death card for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know regarding this month in particular? Okay. I feel like you're shedding anything that is old and familiar, and that's whether you're retired or not. I get this sense that if it's making you feel a little bit like, oh yeah, it's just the same old thing, just another day, it's a repetitive cycle, I feel like you're getting out of it. I feel like, I mean, there's two cards here. I mean, 3 major arcana cards. 3 major arcana cards. You could have got any cards. You got 3 majors. So this is a big month of change for you, okay? This is one of the pinnacle months of the year, and that is the month of July, okay? Now we've got the Hierophant energy, which is about deep-rooted knowledge. It's about spiritual practices. It's about deeply connecting to your sense of self. And it's also about either finding a mentor or being a mentor. I get this sense with the Hierophant here of wisdom being delivered to you to make the changes necessary. Also, this could be you finding some sort of advice. It could be legal advice, could be tax advice. I get some sort of advice being given in the month of July that helps you with something. Could even be pension advice, for example, or if you're trying to sell your home, that sort of advice. I really get like institutional intervention in this month. Some of you, you may find that if you've been going through illegality, you know, some sort of lawsuit or something like that, I definitely see it works in your favor and it comes to a close in this month. Finally, I feel like it's something that's been a long drawn out process. If some of you have been going through a divorce, it may be finalized in this month as well. You have to sign contracts. but I feel like, you know, you get a good deal, okay? The Justice card is all about making adjustments, using your knowledge to find better luck or find more exciting opportunities. So with the Justice card there, I feel like you have a choice in this month to eradicate some things that have not been working for you. It's almost like a yearly check-in month for you, and you know, move forward with all the things that are right for you. I do feel, you know, maybe it's on a cusp between the 2 months, June and July. I feel like someone exposes a secret. So pay close attention and be careful to who you, you know, share your intimate knowledge with, because I do feel like it's either you, I can't quite grasp it, so I'll be honest, I can't quite grasp whether it is your secret or someone else's secret is exposed in this month, okay? I feel like it's someone who's indiscreet. They blurt it out by accident. Okay, I feel like it's not malicious. I feel like it's not intended, but I do feel like a secret is exposed in this month, or on the cusp between June and July. So just watch out for that. The Wheel of Fortune indicates this is a very fortunate month, however, even though a secret comes to light. I feel like you're following your heart. Everything is coming into place. All the cogs are working together to create something really great. Now, the Wheel of Fortune, you know, at the root is basically a cycle of change. Because you've got the Death card there, you've got using your innate knowledge, you're being honest with yourself, you're making some adjustments, and you are in a cycle of change that will bring better opportunity, better wealth, better abundance. And I feel the Wheel of Fortune is spinning in your favor is what I get, okay? And all about divine timing. So some of these changes may be lucky changes that occur for you, but it's a big month. It's a month of fate and destiny intervening to bring you good karma, is what I see, okay? Now, as we move into August, we've got a little bit of downtime. So some of you may sit back, relax, take a bit of a vacation during this month. This is about getting new perspectives, but it's also about looking at your sacrifice for what it is you really want to do. So you may be looking at life, for example, if you want to be someone who travels the world and has wonderful experiences, you may be like, okay, that requires a certain amount of work and sacrifice, a certain amount of money in order to make that happen. So it's also, if you want to be the best at who you are at a career, you have to sacrifice time and sometimes events with people who matter. But I feel like you're prioritizing this year. So, and you're prioritizing yourself and your family first above anything that is shiny and, you know, new and things like that. I feel like it's all about spiritual wealth this year. But the Hangman, this hang person is literally sitting on a chair. So you may be reshuffling or revamping your life in some way, but you're still creating a sense of stability. So let me see. I mean, the rainbow is important as well because it indicates that hard work, blood, sweat, and tears means you're going to be financially rewarded or spiritually rewarded. There is some sort of magical moment that occurs in this month for you. We've got the Hangman, represented by the Hangman. There could also be an unveiling of something. Yep, there's the King of Pentacles. I was feeling the wealth. And the Ten of Swords. So there could be a little bit of, I mean, this could be a pause month where you really look at your finances and, you know, don't go out spending so much, or you're a little bit, it's almost like don't worry, because when you get the Hangman, it's like don't fret, take it easy. You know, everything's fine. This is kind of like a self-care month. The Hangman is like slow. As I said, this year is going to be like things happening for you in drips and drabs, okay? And the Hangman indicates that you are unveiling something. I can't quite, I'm going to pull one more card on that because I can't quite grasp the energy of this unveiling. They're giving me the sense of freedom, though. You're setting yourself free. You're unlocking something. You're seeing the wood for the trees on something. King of Pentacles. Okay, you're seeing, right, okay. So it's like, if you feel like you've spent too much money, or you feel like there's a little bit of a worry about money, the King of Pentacles in the reverse, they're showing me that any money that you feel like you're lost out on, it will return to you, okay? This is, you're building finances up. So if you've been traveling throughout the year, or you've been, you know, just doing life, working hard, this is like a check-in month where you're like, okay, I need to regroup, I need to look at my finances, I need to look at my spending, at my budget, and I feel like you're actually connecting to being in a healthier financial position. So it's almost like redress. Because the Ten of Swords is like, could be a bit of worry around finances, or there could be, you know, a little bit of tension around business in some way. It doesn't have to be about money. It can be about practical matters or a project that you're doing, you know, especially, for example, if you're an artist and you're creating something and you look at it and you're like, this is not the vision I had in my head. This is just so not what I thought I would be doing. And you start to get a bit anxious. You're like, this is, how do I change this? It doesn't, should I scrap it and start again, or should I rework it? What should I do? And I feel like you are reworking it, and you're molding it into something better, and then suddenly it becomes your vision. Suddenly it is the thing that you thought it would be in the first place. But there was a little bit of worry at the beginning that perhaps it wasn't going to go your way. So I feel like there may be a little bit of anxiety, but they are indicating be strong, have courage, because it is actually going to work in your favor. King of Pentacles indicates you're going to be at the top of your game, financial reward, but this is also about you mastering something. Okay, it could also be you mastering your fears, or, you know, this is maybe the month where you do that skydive, perhaps, where you master your fears, something that you're worrying about. You just feel that fear and do it anyway. Excuse me. I feel like you're gaining a lot of respect and a lot of power as you move through the year, and I definitely see you elevating. And although there's a lot of King of Pentacles that keep showing up for you, I feel like your hard work, your determination, it puts you in a good position. And yes, there's going to be some moments where you worry about things and think, well, if I'm launching this, will it work out? But having faith and knowing that it will be so, okay? Now, as we move into the cosmos, which is in September for you, there's a window of opportunity that you will grab with both hands, okay? One is a wish opportunity, and the other is like an opportunity to do something different, to like in a different direction. So let's see what that is there for you. I feel like you're not wasting your time this year, but it will be a slow and steady pace. Some people want things to go faster, but I feel a moderate pace is actually important because it allows you to connect to things and not miss things in the moment. Seven of Wands, you're coming out of a comfort zone, doing something differently, being at the top of competition. The Empress card is about success, valuing yourself. Eight of Pentacles. There is a lot of focus on money though this year. I see that. You've got Seven of Wands. Now the Seven of Wands is about strength, okay? And I feel like you're not letting anything hold you back from taking this new opportunity. I feel like your experience is the thing that helps you. So whether, for example, if you've had a very traumatic experience in life and you get the qualifications, you go into counseling, you have a lot of empathy. So your natural path that you took in life informs how you help other people. So I feel like your knowledge that you've experienced or the life that you've led will help you in this month take an opportunity that is presented to you, okay? Seven of Wands also is a card of you going the distance, not giving up on something that you truly want to accomplish. So I feel it's divine timing month for you, okay? Something that you've been trying to manifest or work hard towards, it's a divine timing moment where you get it, you accomplish it. I get the sense that you're living life on your own terms. There's two opportunities here for you in this month. One is a dream or a wish come true. Something like it's something that you've been visualizing because we've got the stars there in this card. And then there's something else that perhaps you haven't thought of that allows you to go higher or take a different direction in your life. You'll connect to the one that intuitively you feel drawn to. But I feel the Seven of Wands, you're marching to the beat of your own drum. You're not letting anybody influence you in your actions. You are being very self-sufficient, and the Empress card indicates you're putting yourself in a really good position. Because we've got the Empress card and the Emperor here, I feel if you are in a high level commitment, because I feel like this year you'll find a soulmate if you're looking for one, but if you're not looking for one and you're already with one, I get this sense that you and your person are doing a lot of it's like I can see an opportunity for both of you to do a lot of childhood wounding release or healing. Your partner may even tell you about something difficult that they experienced when they were younger, and you had a similar experience, but it was kept off limits. Neither of you talked about it because it just didn't come up. It's not that they were keeping a secret, it's just it didn't come up in conversation. But you may find a commonality there in this month. Also, the Empress card indicates something you've been working really hard on comes to fruition. This is the month of harvest. So I definitely get a sense of you being rewarded in this month, and there being lots of moments to celebrate, shall we say. Again, we've got more butterflies. Every time you see butterflies, you are going to get good news this year, whether it's in a painting, a poster, a trinket, whether it is, you know, a real life butterfly. There's going to be a lot of butterflies, which represents a year of change and transformation, but also an opportunity to fly. Okay. Now this month, it may seem like a little, although there's opportunity there, it may seem like a little bit of a boring month because there's going to be a lot of repetitive things happening. So you will, it may seem like, you know, same old day, same old things, or different day, same old things. But I feel like there's something different about this month that sets it apart. And I feel like you'll be satisfied with the way it went. You'll feel very fulfilled, okay? But it's a very big month for self-development as well, okay? Personal development. For those of you who are in a relationship, and by this time I see some of you could be pregnant or having a child or even giving birth in this month because we got the Empress card there. But a very creative month for you all, very productive, where you use your skills to create something really special that sets you apart from any competitors. So whether you're an entrepreneur or you're setting up your own business or launching something, or even just working in an environment where it's very competitive, I feel like you set yourself apart as being very unique. And people appreciate your skills, and I feel like you gain more clients or more traction, and it puts you in the pinnacle position of Emperor the following month. Now, the Emperor energy is all about success. Some of you, if you meet somebody new or you're in a relationship, you may even get married although I feel earlier in the year, some of you may get married. I feel there's two energies, or some of you may actually get married on the cusp between September and October as well. Okay, I mean, some of you may do like a personal hand fasting or some sort of personal commitment ceremony earlier in the year, and then may do a bigger ceremony for other people with friends, family, and that at the end of the year. So I just see that happening there as well. But as we move into October, this is a very strong game month. And what I mean by that is you're bossing up. Your game is strong. You're in a very powerful position. This is a card of success and being confident that you've reached a point in your life that you can be really proud of. It's like you've reached the mountaintop. Okay. Also, the Emperor card is about strategy. So some of you may be even thinking about your plans and how far you've come and what you need to do next as you move forward. The Emperor card is a card of action, you know, leaving a legacy, building your empire. Excuse me, I do apologize. Over the last couple of days, I've been slowly losing my voice, so I do apologize about that. I'll have a lemon and honey when I finish this reading. The Emperor, I feel like it's like you're sitting on a vast wealth of knowledge this year that helps you put you in this position. You know, of course, divine intervention brought you some good luck over 2023, but you did this. You alone, and you should be proud of this position that you got into when you move into October. So I want you to remember that. Also, with the Emperor card, I get this sense of protector. They'll give me the word protector there. So you'll be protecting all that you've earned so far. There may be also a person in a position of power who elevates you or gives you an important piece of advice that helps you move along on your path. The Emperor, as you can see, the crown chakra is alive. Okay, now there's 3 points in the year, 4 points in the year where that is happening for you, where you know that something's going to happen, or you know that you'll be successful, or you know that you're going to meet love. And those months are January, March, June, and October. Okay, so thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Months of knowingness. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. You please guide my beautiful Aquarians. What do they need to know? The Seven of Swords. Now, this could be something that you've been keeping to yourself. You keep your success to yourself. I wasn't going to go one more, but they've asked me to go again, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Thank you. Okay, because the Seven of Swords is a card of doing things differently. As you can see, there's like this new egg. They're holding an egg there. Eggs represents new energy or new opportunities. It could be something new that you've been working on, but you've been keeping it to yourself, working hard in silence, letting your success speak for itself. But the Seven of Swords, you know, it doesn't always have to be negative, because Seven of Swords, there's like, I mean, it could be this confidentiality breach that I was talking about, and it has far-reaching energy. But I get this sense that you're being independent, or you're maybe even launching a new branch to your business, or you're changing the way that you work, and you're not telling anyone so that you can see how they react to it. Because the Seven of Swords is like card of independence, doing things differently, or trying to find an alternative outcome. Because the Seven of Swords, in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, it's golden. And golden tarots, anything golden in the tarot tends to be opportunity, reward, good time, success. And the figure is stealing 5 swords and leaving 2 swords behind, because in stealth he has moved too quickly, and he could have taken another sword, because in one hand he holds 3 swords and in the other hand he holds 2 swords. So he could have taken 3 and 3, but he didn't, because he had to move quickly and stealthily. So he went too fast and he missed something. So I feel this is why this year is a bit of a slow pace for you, because it's slow and steady wins the race, rather than rushing too fast and missing something that could be, you know, instrumental to your progress. In this card, in the Rider-Waite Tarot, he's literally stealing the swords because he does not want to fight with the army. He wants to remove the element that has the power to wound people. So he's being diplomatic, but he's seen as doing something, you know, unusual and therefore suspicious. So it's important to realize that sometimes when someone does something or says something, there may not be, you know, anything suspicious behind it. It can mean that their actions are misconstrued. So there may be the potential to misconstrue something this month in October. But also, I'm going to pull a card on the Seven of Swords, because I would also say with the Nine of Cups there, it seems there's a positive, there's like a wish coming true. So some of you may like do that quiet quitting thing, or some of you may phase yourself out of something that perhaps has the potential to be negative. So if with the Emperor card, someone comes along and gives you a deal or presents you with something that seems too good to be true, please weigh up your options, because normally it is. You know, so let me just pull a card on that Seven of Swords. This could be a month where someone tries to steal your ideas, someone betrays you. Okay, I gotta go get that card because it flew right over there. One moment, please. Okay, it's all the way over here. Six of Cups. Okay, so it's an offer that could be too good to be true, or it could be the resurgence of someone from your past that comes in and they're telling you sweet nothings. Whilst you may be happy to hear from this person, can you trust this person? There seems to be a trust issue with this person, and I feel that, again, they may be in and out, or they may be two-timing, because we got the Two of Pentacles there, okay? They may already have somebody, so just watch out for that. I feel, though, by this time you will be with somebody else, so obviously, you know, you don't want things to get messy, but I feel like there could be an ex that tries to muscle their way back into your life. Because the Seven of Swords is there with the Six of Cups, I wouldn't, you know, I would move forward, and, you know, it looks like the trust is broken in this anyway. Or that there was a breakdown in communication there. I do feel like there could be an offer that's coming on in. It looks innocent, but on, you know, below the surface, I feel there's something that perhaps will be negative later on. So you want to do your due diligence. You want to look past it. Your intuition will guide you. They're telling me that the Two of Pentacles, as long as you find balance or a balanced view, or you remain flexible in this situation, you do have a choice. The Nine of Cups indicates you will be satisfied that you made the right one, and you know, you will be led to your wish. You're getting a lot of wishes fulfilled this year. The Nine of Cups keeps showing up for you all over the place. So this year has a real potential to be such a great year for you, but it is a year of change, radical change, okay? I feel like you won't find yourself in the same place that you found that you started the year with, that's for sure, okay? Now, some of you may step, as I said, into a even more bigger leadership position, and I definitely see there's a lot of responsibility this month as well. Whilst you may get what you want, you may find that you're working harder, or you may find that you have more responsibility within the home space during the month of October. As we move into November, this is the courage card, of course, the strength card, and this is all about your inner resolve, your power. You're a force to be reckoned with, and I feel this is a recharging of your batteries, a lot of self-care routines ignited during this period. And I'm getting here that it's like with pure intentions, pure thought, and pure actions, you get to where you want to go. But it is a card to remain flexible. And I get this sense of you overcoming any difficulties. So if in the previous month there was a little bit of frustration, or you're trying to do something different and difficult, I feel like you overcome that and it works out in your favor. Hangman. Some time out. Recharge the batteries. Nine of Pentacles. Financially self-sufficient. Independent. Rewarded for all your hard work. Very conservative with your finances. Building a nice pot. I mean, I do see with the Moon card, it keeps coming up for every sign. There's a lot of uncertainty this year financially. You know, we can all see it. But it is showing up in the readings. I feel like you are in a very good position financially by the end of the year to weather any difficulties. Okay, the Hangman is to recharge your batteries and look at things from a different viewpoint. That you'll be grateful that you were very strict with your finances throughout the year. I feel like there's an opportunity that pops out of the blue for you as well. Let me see what that possibility is for you. Magician, something, it's like manifestation. You're constantly in a state of manifesting something. And I just want to pull a quick card on that Moon card for you. Yeah. Now we have the Eight of Pentacles is like workaholism when it's in the reverse. So something that perhaps you've been overworking for. I said it's going to be a very busy month for you. The previous month is going to be very busy. So I feel like some of you may be doing some repair work. You're kicking back, maybe a bit of a slower pace when it comes to work in November. So you may... with the Five of Pentacles there may be some sort of seasonal cold or something that perhaps you get around about this time, because Five of Pentacles can talk about a little bit of unwellness, but it's not serious when I get this card in this position. It means that you're overcoming it. Five of Pentacles tends to mean that if you've been having any shortages or difficulties, it means that there is hope. There is like an opportunity that will be awarded to you to help you out. The universe steps in to bring sanctuary. So I feel basically it's like the month before you're so busy, you may burn yourself out. So just watch out for that, because November is a bit of a downtime month where you're a little bit more focused on yourself. And you may even treat yourself, because I see there's a gift here in this month. But it's a gift you give to yourself. Not that you won't get gifts throughout the year, but I see there's a gift that you give to yourself in the month of November. So maybe a big purchase that you've been saving for, and I see that you get a really good deal on it. Okay. Now, as we complete the year, we have the World card, which is a card of completion. So this is a card of closing down and tying up loose ends before you move into 2023. But it is a card that shows there's been a lot of abundance. It's about looking back and seeing that in balance, you had all elements in play. Okay, you were the master creator. You have all those elements. You have fire, earth, water, and air. So that means you had really great ideas. You know, you had the passion and the power to make those ideas become a reality. Earth represents the plans that you have and the financial stability. And of course, water is the dream or the emotions and the sensitive energy that has been flowing around you, so that you are in the flow. So this is a card of course, success. It's a card of, because they're showing me something in the water and I can't quite see it right now. One moment, please. Okay. They were showing, it was very up close, and it looked like a wicker basket. okay? But as it's zoomed out, I start to see it is actually the hot air balloon again. So because I couldn't quite make it out, so I was like, okay, it looks like a wicker basket, but it's actually the hot air balloon again. So that means, you know, something that you did that you launched took off and it was successful is what they're showing me. And there was a lot of spiritual ascension throughout the year. So even if you were launching your retirement or launching some travel, or a spiritual quest, or making some major changes, you thought, this is my year to make this happen. You look back in December like, I made it happen, and I'm happy, I'm fulfilled with the effort that I put in, and I'm right in the right place at the right time to meet the next year as we move forward. So this is a card of abundance and being satisfied that the rest of the year has gone to accordance of your plans. Of course, there's been some twists and turns and some shocking moments and some difficulties along the way, but I feel like you made it happen. The Knight of Wands, you've made it happen. It's a bold month to seek new things. Knight of Wands there is, you know, to boldly think of new adventures that you'd like to connect to, but it really indicates that you were having the courage to make things happen this year, okay? And it was a year of adventure, and you're optimistic as you think about all the things that you could do to enterprise the following year or bring brilliance to the following year. I feel like you made some bold moves in 2023, took some risks, and you really stood out from the crowd. Also, the Queen of Wands indicates, you know, you may have implemented beauty or healthcare routines that really see you revitalized and looking great. This is a card of attracting everything that you worked really hard for, sweet reward. Also, I get the sense that you're a little bit more social this year and connected to people who are going to be lifelong friends. The Queen of Wands is to create important creative alliances, or just important alliances in general. And I feel like passion is your power this year, okay? And it extends way beyond to 2024 as well. Sunflowers, they tend to follow the sun throughout the whole of the day. So I feel like you followed your passions throughout 2023, which led you to your sun, led you to the sun moment where you felt success, accomplishment, warmth, and there's a lot of spiritual growth, a lot of spiritual development and evolution for you this year as well, which takes you closer to perhaps exploring new possibilities for the following year. The bee is also relevant because it indicates reward, community, and peacocking, because she's wearing a feathered skirt of peacock feathers, which is you standing out from the crowd, you attracting all that you desired. This is you recognizing that you had magnetism and power this year that perhaps you didn't believe you had in previous years. But this is the one where you look back and go, I made things happen. I happened to things, okay? So I'm just going to get some final cards for you. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know regarding the... Do you want that one? Yep. Okay, so we have Coyote, revealer of truth. Remember, Saturn is making waves this year, and Pluto exposes some secrets. So Coyote, revealer of truth. So this year, Aquarius, you are the revealer of truth, finding your voice, finding your true path, and, you know, marching to the beat of your own drum. It says here, don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. And I feel like you really will do that this year. I feel like you're sitting on knowledge that will help you elevate this year. And that comes in the form of intuition, but it's also in the form of noticing like red flags and, you know, having experiences in the past that will help you identify anything that feels a little bit too good to be true this year, okay? So watch out for that. Now, I'm just going to get a final trinket for you. I hope something resonated in this reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too, okay? And we got peace. This is the year of peace. better mental health for you, managing your stress levels, and really connecting to things. As I said, it's more about spiritual wealth this year rather than financial wealth, although you will find your way to financial wealth as well, okay? A lot of launching going on, a lot of new doors and new chapters this year for you, so it really will be a mixed bag. But I feel you will find peace, serenity, and feel proud of the journey you took in 2023, okay? So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians, and love and light.